All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Joffy's VIP room. Of course, you already know I'm your boy Joffy, and we got my boy Mike in the building. What's up, Mike?
What's up? What's going on? I haven't been on here since what, the first episode?
I think it was the first or second. I think it was the second. I think
First
it
or
was
second?
second. I
Yeah,
think
the second was the
I think it
last.
was
Yeah, the second was the last time I was on here. So we on what, the sixth episode now?
sixth
So
episode, man. Shit.
yes, sir.
Hey, man, it go like that sometimes. Like we busy, but we gonna get back to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So this is like you said, this is the sixth episode of The Last of Us, and I think the title
Mm-hmm.
was called Kin, I believe. K-I.
Ken.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kin.
sir. Yes,
K-I-N.
sir.
Which this
Yes, sir.
was the meeting of finally I think it was the first episode since we seen Tommy and
Mm-hmm.
Joel. So
Mm-hmm.
years passed.
Years ago. Like what, 20 years them passed?
Yeah, about 20 years. Man, God no.
But they met in the beginning.
Right.
That was 20 years after Sarah died.
Mm,
Okay, so they was because they keep talking that
yes.
Tommy and was a part of this and that, and we was a part of a group that was this and that,
Yeah.
and then he joined the Fireflies, and then they went their separate ways. So if
Yeah.
you probably subtract one, I want to say about like what, 5 years from that, that's like
Yeah.
15 years probably.
Yeah.
So 15 years and some months, So
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Something like that right there. We missed all that all the shenanigans Joel and Tommy was doing and the killing and the beating and
The
surviving.
beating and the robbing and the stealing and this and that.
we
Yeah.
gonna rob and looting and
Robbing
robbing.
and looting and looting and robbing.
Man,
Yeah, they was on some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff.
yeah, that's that
Hmm.
Tupac F the world type of stuff. We don't know what they did, but they said they did some horrible things to people. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we get into this episode, we want you to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe to Joffrey's VIP room. You already know where it's at. It's right there at the bottom. Click just click it right there. It's simple. It's simple.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, so uh, Mike, catch us up on your thoughts on the series so far. Like we already know about the third episode that it was what it was. We both shared our thoughts on it. We're like, good episode,
Hmm.
but we felt that they should have spent a certain time on that part of the show, like 20, 15 minutes, and get to the rest.
Right.
How do you feel about the fourth and fifth episode, man?
I feel first of all, this morning actually, I finished watching the fifth
Mm,
and the sixth episode together.
gotcha.
And man, that fifth episode was like, whew. And I know you are already talked about it,
Yeah.
but it was, yeah, that fifth episode was that was very, very tough. And
Yeah.
the acting was just, man, great. And a part of me was hoping that Henry and Sam didn't die.
Yeah.
But ultimately it ended the way how it ended. It brings back so many feelings that I had when I first
Ooh.
very, very first played the game, because I done played the game like over again like 3 times already. This will
Right.
be I'm on my third time right now. But that first feeling was like, whoa, my mouth just dropped down to the floor. And
Yeah.
that was crazy. But I didn't, man, that fifth episode was a good one. Now the sixth episode, I'm kind of like I'm torn because I'm excited and I'm happy for it. And the closeness that Ellie and Joel are getting is
Yeah.
like the end is near, man. The
Yeah.
end is near, man. And it's
What?
like my heart is just like aching right now because when I played the first one, very, very first time, and they was getting close and connected and together, it was like, man, it feels good that what he went through with his biological daughter is
Right.
like he found that daughter, father and daughter relationship through her, not knowing what happens at the end. and it's like, and then for the ones that have played the second one,
Whew.
y'all know our pain. And I'm just
Well,
gonna leave it there because I know a lot of people that haven't played the game and excited to see the second one. And if you come across this this show, I
yeah,
don't want to spoil it for you, and it shouldn't be. Don't go
right.
on YouTube and watch the cutscenes because it's not gonna do you any kind of justice at all. But it just it's bittersweet. It
Yeah.
really is. It's bittersweet.
Yeah, yeah, man. All that, man. You hit the nail on the head right there. We're not trying to spoil it for y'all. We'll talk about the spoilers in the episode, but we don't want to talk spoil it for y'all for the people who have not played the game
Right,
and don't know the story because woo, man. Uh
right,
boy. But yeah, that fifth episode was tough. It was we got everything that we wanted. I mean, of course,
right,
like they said they're not gonna follow the game verbatim, or they're gonna switch some things up and
right, right.
differentiate from the game every now and then.
Yeah.
Um, and we're not gonna always get what we want, but
No.
which is hey, I understand because sometimes there are things in the game that you can't do everything. I can you can't Joel can't walk around with all these items and stuff in his backpack, man.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. When he got the rifle, I'm like, okay, now where's the flamethrower? Okay, now where's the shotgun there? Now where's the
Right?
hand grenades? And where's this? Okay, now where's the can with the bomb and stuff in the
Yeah,
new?
man.
Where's all these things at now? Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I'm talking about, man. I want the can with the scissors and the other stuff
yeah,
in
the
it.
scissors and
He's
you
like,
gotta bend over and
yeah,
wrap the tape around it and stuff. Like, come on, where that's at now? Come on now.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was laughing at it because I was like, okay, what else you got in your bag, Joel? I want to see.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, man. But yeah, it's really good, and I love how they're doing it. It's they being as realistic as possible
Right.
with something with a story that is that they made up and everything with the way how the infected bites you and get a whole and the infection spreads through you. That's creative, of course, and they changed some other things. Like in this episode, for example, where he meets Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so after that the ending of the heartbreaking scene in episode 5,
Yeah.
this is the next where they go. They finally they get to Tommy, Snow and everything, and they get to the location of where they what Tommy told them at the end, like, hey, you do have a home here, you do have a place here.
Right.
And you see a little bit of the Easter eggs. Like I think somebody pointed out that one girl that was looking at Ellie earlier was Dina from
Bro, I was waiting for that. I was
yeah,
waiting for that. I'm gonna have to go back and
yeah,
see it
yeah,
again, but I was really waiting for that was
yeah,
gonna be her. And I was,
yeah,
man, I was scoping like, where is
yeah,
where is she and the other guy? Where's the other guy? And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They put quite a few Easter eggs in it. I got to go back and watch it again. That horse that's in well, for the people who don't know about who Dina is,
yeah,
in The Last of Us is Last of Us Part Two. Dina is
right.
one of the main characters in that one, and as well as the horse known as Shimmer was a little tiny little pony, little tiny
I
little pony.
caught that. I caught that
Yeah,
part. I caught
yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Uh,
thought I was like, oh, Shimmer, little young little pony right now, but Shimmer gonna grow up in Part Two and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's dope. So one of the other changes is Tommy's wife.
yeah,
Don't look, yeah, yeah,
do not look like Tommy's wife on the game,
yeah.
but his
Hey,
wife nonetheless.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, okay,
yeah,
hey man, they put I think that kind of shocked Joe. Joe was like,
yeah.
like, like he seen
Oh
this is the
man,
multiverse or something, like
yeah. It kind of that did make me laugh the way how he looked. He was like,
yeah, yeah, and Ellie was like, "Say congratulations."
Yeah. And you know what made me laugh about it is that so I love that actress too. By the way, she was on Queen Sugar, Rutina Wesley. That's yeah, Rutina Wesley. But yeah, man. It made me laugh the way he looked at it because I'm about to say, now, come on now, Joel. I know you're not racist, but
Yeah, yeah,
it made me laugh because I'm like, now remind yourself that Joel's daughter she's mixed,
right,
with his biological daughter, and
right.
I'm like, now Joel can't be racist now the way how he looking, but at the same time, the way how he looking, he was like, something ain't right about this. The way how other viewers or people well known of the game probably looked like that ain't.
It's just like Aunt Bill. Like
Yeah.
you remember, they didn't say nothing. They ain't had nothing, nothing. All of a sudden, that's unveiled. Like
Yeah. Will he hinted at it. He was like he looked at the camera, holding. He was like,
right. That's one of the moments. I think that was like a nod for
yeah,
one of those moments. Like I
yeah,
know that this is a totally different person from the game, but
right,
this is where we're going with it. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man,
So I think that was a nod. They have man, Joel and Ellie's chemistry is
mm,
like, bro,
yeah,
it's like it's those are two good actors, man.
yeah,
And I'm not even gonna lie, I'll be the first one to admit this and say it. When I first saw Ellie, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that one. I don't
mm-hmm.
know about that one, but she's doing well.
Yeah,
Every episode she's doing well, and their chemistry together is getting better. That's why it's so hard because you see it coming.
yeah,
God
yeah.
damn, you see it. You
Oh,
see it, you see
man,
it coming, and it's just, you know, I like. I know it's going to the fifth episode. You already covered that, but I remember
yeah,
that Tim when Henry and Sam had the guns, and they was talking, and he said, "Be cool, man, because I didn't hurt you, so don't hurt me. You understand?"
yeah.
He said. Joe was like, "Yeah, I understand." And then he said, "Wait a minute, I don't like your tone." And Ellie was like, "He's just an asshole. That's how he sounds." Say it again. Say it
Yeah.
again, Joe. You all right? He's like, "Oh, damn."
Oh man, yeah, man. Pedro Pascal, everybody's doing a phenomenal job acting wise, man.
Everybody is. They
And
bring it.
they are because like when I look at Pedro, I'm like he acts as if the way how I think Joel will be acting. Like he
Yeah.
already, I can tell like when Pedro Pascal character Joel when he gets quiet when something about to go down, he goes into straight up kill mode. Like he his words are short.
Mm-hmm.
He focusing in on 10 ways or 100 ways I'm about to like take this person out.
Right.
And you
Right.
just reminded me about that episode where and they had even when Henry and Sam had them at gunpoint, and Joe
Mm-hmm.
turned around and he was like, "Okay, yeah, all right," and he was
Yeah.
just, I'm like, man, even though that little boy got the gun on him, like, man,
He gonna mess that little boy ass up. He gonna mess him up. But it showed him showing compassion towards the
right,
end. And even when the gun was drawn to him, and that's just how I felt like when I looked at that for the first time, I'm like, wow, because they had got close. They
yeah,
really got close because they've been through a lot together.
right,
And oh man, the same thing that he told him
hmm
in the game is the same thing that he told him on the episode. Said
yeah,
that you are somebody's father. You might not be her father, but you are somebody's father. I can tell.
yeah,
And it goes back to the fifth episode. I was shocked that Sarah was introduced to Ellie that
yeah,
earliest stages of the TV show because I don't think she even I think she knew, but she
mm,
never
yeah,
mentioned it. I have to go back to that mansion on the ranch because
yeah,
that's where they met. So for the
hmm
people that don't know in the game, she knew that Tommy was going to take her to the university,
hmm
and Joel was going to hang back or
hmm
whatever. They didn't go into no details, in the game, it was more like he didn't want to get attached to her because it's reminding him of his daughter. So it's like, here, Tommy, it's your problem. But in the TV show, it's more of him getting old and he's developing fear and this and that and the third. So
Yeah.
that was their twist. But that conversation that they had in Ellie's room, that happened on a ranch in the game.
Yeah.
That causes a lot of events. They had to kill a bunch of people with this and that and the third. But of
Yeah.
course, it don't go by verbatim.
Yeah.
And that conversation that I don't know if that happened in the game. I want to say that it did, but I wonder who told her about Sarah in the game.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that part. Did yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that part right there. Like
Because
she,
she just came out in the game on that stage and was
yeah,
like, I'm not Sarah or
yeah,
something of that nature. And he was like, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that name again, blah, blah, blah. And then they
yeah,
went into that whole little, but, I mean, I was surprised at that. And I was also
mm,
surprised that Joel told her that she was immune. I don't think he told her that she was immune on the
right.
video game.
I don't think he did.
I think he told her that she was immune on the second one. So it's an
Yes.
insider for you in the beginning.
Yeah.
They was in
Yeah.
that house and they was on the guitars or whatever.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, because he told him what he did. No spoilers. I'm not going to mention it, but
Yeah.
I think that was his first time revealing it then. So I was surprised. I
Yeah.
was very surprised at those events. Those you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree as well too. And Joe mumbles in his sleep. So there could have been some times where, he probably, said Sarah's that name and she probably asked Ellie being Ellie, she gonna ask
Yep.
thousands of questions. And
Right.
Joe probably cut her down and say, nah, don't talk to me about that or whatever. Um, yeah, it's a lot of stuff quite a few things that we were like, wow, I didn't know they were gonna do that or go that route with it. But some of the things or the majority of things that we've seen so far, when they go different route, I'm like, okay, I approve of it. Getting
Yeah.
back to, I'm sorry, I had to get this out because it's just heavy on my mind. I can't keep laughing at it. The Joel and Tommy on this TV series, they must, it's Black History Month, man. They must like dipping into that chocolate pool, man. Because both of them, I'm just saying, I'm saying,
I don't know. I don't know,
hey
man.
man,
You,
what's
you
going?
know, yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'm
I ain't
not
mad
mad.
at it either, brother.
I'm
Hey, we
not mad at it.
understand.
I understand. We understand. So I'm not upset at it at all.
uh-huh.
It is what it is. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not even the stories played out. Is how I want to say this because she's pregnant and she
yeah.
wasn't on the game.
No,
And
I thought about this. I'm like, wait, time out. She wasn't pregnant on the game.
no,
Yeah,
she wasn't.
yeah.
She wasn't even pregnant on the second one.
No, no, they didn't
No.
have. And I was like, wait, no, 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 they didn't have that. I got to remind myself. I'm like, wait, no. So, but yeah,
She so this episode was more emotional than it was with action. I guess they feel like we gave y'all a whole bunch of action on the fifth one,
yeah,
so we're gonna calm it down on the second one. And shout out to the Native Americans that was in the beginning. That guy that
yeah,
talks, I don't know his name, forgive me, but he's funny, man. That
yeah.
guy is funny. He was on Antlers before. I remember watching
Ah,
that movie. And he was on there, and he came in, and he had his gun all drawn, and the guy and the lady his wife was just like, I don't know. It's like you made him tea, you made him soup. He's like, yeah, I made him soup.
that was funny too. And you know
And
what?
she said, "Go
Yeah.
ahead. What you about to say?"
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
And Ellie was like, "Where's the fireflies?" And she said, "Oh, fireflies. Yeah, we get those in the summer." She said, "Not the bugs, the people." She said, "There are people, fireflies." I'm like,
Like these people here, boy.
"These people,
They
yeah,
they,
yeah,
they like the wife not wrapped too tight, man. But you know what? I love that part though. That was like one of my favorite parts from this episode. It was funny,
yeah,
and I love that they did it because the pacing of like what happened the last episode.
Right.
with Sam and Henry.
Right.
It was so sad, of heartbreaking, like
It
ripped your heart.
was. It
And
really did. Yeah.
yeah, and then you start this episode off where you see Sam and Henry, and he having this moment like a little quick little second flashback, and so that's still heavy on everybody's minds and still heavy on Joel and Ellie's mind, even though it was 3 months later.
Yeah.
And then they show this family, and I was like, this is hilarious, and I love that pacing. It just worked perfectly, and it was funny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, man. So that was beautifully executed and very hilarious.
And like I said, everything is so emotion based on this episode
Yeah,
because once again, the biggest piece in this episode was we we saw Joel be more of I'm getting old and I'm getting scared
yeah,
and my health I can barely hear in one ear. I'm not sleeping
yeah,
and I know that I cannot save her because I couldn't save my daughter. And every night I dream of my daughter, and it all plays out the same.
yeah.
In the video game, it was not like that at
No,
all. It wasn't like that. It just showed him wanting to get rid of her because of the reasons that we know, because of the daughter, but never his health, because Joel physically went through so much.
yeah,
I mean, he was fighting men with his bare hands. He almost got killed by a tank in
yeah,
where they had it in Kansas City, but the other one was in Pittsburgh.
yeah,
That bridge that me and my wife walked on when we was in Pittsburgh. But long story short, man, it just shows the human side of him versus the video game.
yeah.
You had Joel jumping off of craters and like he'll fall and he'll get back up like, all right. And then he'll walk around and then he'll change weapons. He'll flamethrower and the flamethrower, and then here comes the big what they call it, the blower or
bloater,
whatever, the
bloater, and all
bloater,
that.
and
Yeah,
he'll be toe with the bloater, then
yeah,
toe with the clackers, the clickers or whatever,
yeah.
and he'll physically beat down, the zombies,
The
and
infected and all that. Yeah,
he'll walk away.
yeah,
Whatever health he got down here, wrap
yeah.
it up and
We're
move
gonna wrap
on
this
and,
up.
and keep on going here. And that's
let's,
it.
let's let's go.
He'll keep it pushing. But I like the fact that they showed the man that was in his 50s and he's just broken down. And
Yeah,
all of this is like affecting him. He's
yeah,
broken down. And I salute video games that have that narrative because it's 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 real life.
yeah,
It's the truth, and
yeah,
I like to see that.
yeah. I like that they showing them even more human side of these characters in being live action, and you can do more a little bit. You can do more with it, and
Right.
you saying that does make me think about if you fighting for survival your whole life, what you're gonna have some things that's wrong with you. We're all the time for people that were veterans in war from Iraq or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, like they like just a couple like last night when I was on set and some people that was of course we acting we playing characters whatever
Right.
and they were telling me that some police officers that was in the war or whatever they got plates inside their legs, they stand a certain type of way to relieve themselves from the pain, or they just have to stand a certain way, or some people say I can't hear out of this ear is kind of faint or whatever, and it just make you think that's that this has been going on for like 20 years now with Joel, and him and Tess and Tommy, like they've been
Yeah.
in some battles, some wars. So yeah, when you punch somebody over bone on bone, something gonna be wrong with your hand. Or
Yeah.
for example, take wrestling for example, the Undertaker.
Right.
This boy got so many injuries, bro, that you wouldn't even you when you think of Undertaker, you think of this physical presence. But as the years come down close to his retirement, this boy started talking about man, I got an orbital bone from right here that's messed up.
Yeah.
Knees, my back. Hulk Hogan talk about his hip. You gotta think about that. You can't do this stuff forever.
Yeah. It plays a lot to your mental, and
Yeah,
as for us, it's all entertainment. It's
yeah,
all entertainment, and you know, from the video game world into the real world. You look at all of the video game movies, and this is no shade against them. We already spoke about that in the first episode. Don't need to revisit it. But the point, what I'm trying to say is these characters, even though there's video game adaptations, they don't show the human side
Yeah.
of it all. They don't show their human side. Like they are they are these spectacular characters, but they
Mm.
still are going through something. And
Yeah.
for Joel to experience death in front of him every other day, like it was Test, then it was Bill, and
Yeah.
then he met Henry, got close with Henry, got close with Sam, and they both died
Yeah.
in front of him. You know, the video game, you just after the cutscene, you pick it back up.
Yeah.
You know, as it's saving,
Yeah.
you just pick it back up. But you know, it showed him breaking down. Like this is the reason why I need you to take her because I mentally cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that boy said something too. He said during that whole, which was a very amazing Pedro Pascal, boy, get that man some whatever, like roses, flowers, Oscar, whatever, because that performance right there and that monologue, that boy said, I have a feel of failure, and I wake up feeling like I'm gonna fail again and again. I felt it with my daughter. I feel it with this. Like I was like, the boy start, he don't boohoo cry, but them waterworks start working, and you see them tears coming, and it was just enough to where you like, man, dang, Joe,
Yeah.
man, yeah, you like Mike said, you're not that guy in the game, the superhero jumping off of how
No,
built.
you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah,
And that's the beauty part of
yeah,
acting and voice actings and you know, because I know I reference this a lot and I can't wait to HBO and Sony do it. And I hope it's done right. It's the same thing with God of War. God, I mean, Kratos was just God. He was the guy that killed everything.
yeah,
He didn't let nothing stop him. He didn't have no emotions. He didn't have nothing. But then he became an old man, and then he became a parent, and
yeah,
it just showed the human side of him, bro. It was like, I'm
yeah,
tired. I'm whatever. Hey
yeah.
man, let me listen. If we gonna fight, that's fine. But I ain't gonna take your life. Let me talk
Right?
to you. I
ain't
won't.
that ain't
I
that
mean,
something?
what?
Kratos said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
ain't
let me
that
talk."
who? Who is this? What? You want to do? Excuse me. I was ready to die. You want to talk?
Ain't that something? Look
Ain't
how
that
much
something?
growth.
What growth? You talking about growth? This man done fought sea monsters and titans and
oh,
gods, and
oh,
he ain't give nobody no chance. And now he giving what? And and that, and, that's the same thing with Joel. I put Joel up there too. Like
yeah,
look how many people that they never go into in depth about how many people that he killed and the
yeah,
things that he done, but it's he done a lot. I
yes, he
mean,
has.
it's survival. You have to
Yeah,
do what you have to do to survive.
yeah,
Even if you own, even if you, it don't matter what field you on. You can be a good guy or a bad guy. You have to do what you got to do to survive. And Joel is a survivor, and
yes,
Tess was too. And you know, it's
yeah,
like, man, I'm tired. I'm broken down. I'm broken down. I am tired.
yeah, yeah, man. I agree, man. So, man, great, another great episode. This didn't feel like a filler episode because of what was done and how they did it and everything, and it was just nice. Everything. They went through
It
the
was.
town. They went through the town and explained some things where you're like, okay, how do I get this going and everything, and you meet some of the couple of the characters and everything. Easter eggs were dropped. So another good, great, solid episode. I'm looking forward. Well, we know what's going on to happen in the next episode. This is the and no spoilers, whatever. I'm gonna try to look. Yeah, no spoilers. But of course, the way how the episode end was Joel, got into a quick little skirmish with somebody, and now
Mm-hmm.
he's KO. and now Ellie needs to do what Ellie does. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. We got what this is about episode 7, 3 more episodes left. No, yeah, 7, 8,
And
and
nine, three more, yeah, three more episodes left, man. Have it went by fast, man.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, we didn't talk about the university scene. Uh, I thought it was cool that they kept the same verbiage from the video game.
yeah,
Like, look at the monkeys, and the
yeah,
monkeys was it. And then she walked into like the little science building, and she said, "Well, maybe all the scientists turn into monkeys."
yeah. I forgot about that part. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man, and I love pointing out that stuff too, the Easter eggs and everything. I most definitely want to. I want to wait till after to. Well, I'll go look at the earlier episodes and look at the Easter eggs and to see what I missed. Because I just love looking at that stuff and hearing the behind the scenes and what they want to do for this episode and everything. So, yeah, man, another great solid episode, bro. What you think?
yeah. I'm looking forward, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. There has not been a bad episode. There was, I think, episode three really like scratched scratched my head, but
Right.
I have to say, after looking at it,
Hmm.
Bill did a very noble, brave thing.
Yeah, he did.
You
He
know,
did.
he did, and once again, it just shows a different side of the characters. Because
Right.
Bill was an asshole.
Yes, he was.
He was a bigger asshole than Joel was. So he
Yeah,
was
he
like,
was.
after you defeated all the other assholes, now you gotta defeat the boss asshole, and that was Bill. And Bill was the ultimate of assholes. But it
Yeah,
showed his loving side with his partner,
yeah.
with what was his
Was
name?
it Frank?
Frank.
Yeah,
With Frank, and it
yeah,
showed their relationship, and it showed that he was like, man, I'm an old man. I ain't gonna be able to make it out here without you. I didn't build my purpose. We gonna die together.
yeah,
And Bill was very smart. He left the window open. You know, this is
yeah.
my first time talking about it because I didn't
All
talk
good.
about it on all that. But you know, I say all that to say this. I haven't seen any. There's no episodes. I'm like, man, this is. I don't know about this episode. Every episode has been good.
Yeah, yeah. It has, it has, and the only reason why I was like for the third episode why I was like wasn't my favorite is because I at least wanted to see Bill interact with Ellie
With
and
Ellie, yeah,
that's and I mean they did what they wanted to do, which hey
right.
they're the creators, um,
Mm-hmm.
but I still feel that as fan wise we deserve to see that we wanted to see that that
Yeah.
interaction with them because it's one of the favorite parts from the first one, the most
Mm-hmm.
funniest parts from the first one. And then Joel and Ellie and Bill talking trash to each other back and forth while they fighting and stuff.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
commentary was golden, and
yeah,
you know what? Yeah, I believe that was a
yeah.
missed opportunity.
Right,
But in order for them to show Frank and Ellie, well,
right.
Frank and Bill's relationship, Joel Ellie couldn't be there, which means Joel's gonna be there, so they had to leave them out. So I mean, like I said, I get it.
Right,
I hate that they missed on that opportunity as well because
right.
that was one of the most funniest moments throughout the whole game
Yeah,
was a commentary. But other than that, man,
yeah,
it's very good series thus far. It's they 6 episodes down. They got three more to go. I don't believe the other three is gonna be like, oh, this series sucked. Nah, they've been hitting it,
no,
so
they hidden.
they've been hitting it. So you can honestly say that this is a very good successful series.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. And you
Yeah.
know what? I think what's gonna happen too. This is just me throwing it out there. Since Joel's saying that he's afraid and he can't hear and everything else, we I got a good feeling that he gonna have a rage mode in one of these episodes where he like, look, man, I'm trying something, and that's probably gonna happen on the second episode. It's gonna happen real soon.
I believe it's going to happen on the last
The
episode,
last
bro.
episode, yeah,
Well, I'm gonna say this because it was one episode. Well, before the last episode,
yeah,
you know what he had to go through. You know,
yeah,
I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah,
yeah,
he was on a bit of a
yeah,
he was on his man on fire type of.
Yeah,
He
man,
was on his man on fire. That's a hint for you guys. If you
yeah.
you know, hey, he was on his man on fire type of kind of Denzel Washington. You know,
Yeah, man.
hey man, but he gonna have that moment. But I'm gonna put this out here.
Yeah.
This would be the icing on the cake if they
Mm-hmm.
do this. At the end, the very end of the last episode, I want to say by like give or take 10, 15 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the last episode, 10, 15 minutes left in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
If they introduce, but she'll be a little girl, the
Ooh.
doctor's daughter, man.
I would, man.
I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
she walks in and she, as a little girl, you know, and they ended it with her face in, as a little girl, as her face in fury, rage mode. Like,
Yeah. That
I
would be
can't, I,
that would be that would be beautiful. I
bro,
mean it, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that would be the icing on the cake, man. I'm telling you, I will go
I'll go,
lose my
yeah.
noodles.
Ooh, it's coming.
Oh, it is coming
Ooh,
because
it's about to
that
happen.
chick is a badass on the second one, bro. Like,
Boy,
bro, she
yeah.
was a beast. What is her? I can't
Abby.
think of her. Abby. Oh man,
Abby.
Abby
Yeah.
is a monster. A monster.
Man.
Now on the video game, you know how like they do the melees, right? So they got
Man.
either a knife or Joel got his fist. Boy, Allie had
She
boy
snapping necks.
snapping necks.
She throwing you to the ground and stomping on you. I said, ugh. What the hell?
Allie was a monster. She
Yeah,
was
man.
a monster. She had, and then she had them arms too, boy.
Yeah. I said, boy,
Boy,
I said, she ain't playing with you. I said, okay, all right. I see.
whoever, yeah,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I see. Whoever is going to play her, whoever is blessed to land that role, get in the gym today. Like
Yes.
right now. Like,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
holler at
man.
the rock or somebody, man.
Oh,
And
he got you. He got you.
man, like, bro, but that would be the icing on the cake. So we just gotta see, man. Be patient.
Yeah.
3 more episodes. My wife, she just refuses to watch it until it's over, and I don't blame her. I do not blame her.
Yeah. Because the
Yeah,
anticipation and everything, man. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, with that being said, that's gonna do it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, appreciate you again for dropping by, man.
No
And
problem.
y'all make sure y'all check out the Just Acting Up show. We got a new episode about to drop tomorrow, 6 a.m. Great interview, great conversation. Come on, y'all. Just Acting Up show. Keep watching. This has been another episode of Joffy's IP Room. See y'all next time, man. Watch The Last of Us.